Alright, so I wanted to make another video on NicoNana Inferno. The reason why I'm doing these videos is mainly because I do not have Lily or Shadow Ssania. I also don't have Mia, the 5-star red healer. 5 wins. Oh my god, this one is insane. Cool. I want to show you my team without Lily or the other guy. Ssania, sorry. That one. Yep. The thing is, NicoNana is getting nerfed soon, so there will be a lot more teams. This is the team that I invested so much into. This is the team that I'm not going to change because it's working at a 95% win rate. Now, I'm not going to lie. Where I did the investment, like I have all 3 of Fangus's skills maxed out. I have decent stats on him, and I have an awakened Artisan. The only thing that he's getting from this is just 5 more speed. So a normal Artisan is going to work as well. And I also have this Viper, which is not that fast. Like you would consider, you would say since I have 2 speed sets that I'd be faster than this, but this is actually my fastest speed set. I know a lot of people that have plus 180 without the Swift Raid set, or the other one, the purple one. So you just need a fast Viper to break NicoNana's attack and speed before she attacks, so you don't get one shot. And then the rest of the team, I'm actually going to show you the core team information. So it's a 4-person squad. It's going to consist of Valerian. It can be Linglo, but because I'm using Fangus, and actually Fangus tends to get one shot by the NicoNana, and then she can like activate her revive. That's why I'm using him mainly, and also because of the shields. The shields make him harder to one-shot, but then towards the end of the fight, everyone's going to be very low HP. That's why you need a lot of investment to make the run consistent. So I use this. I use Viper. Viper's really good here. I'm going to talk about replacements soon, and then I use Doki Doki. The only reason I use Doki Doki is because I want to make her work in all my teams. I want to make her the replacement for Lily, because she's the only LD that I actually pulled besides the reroll, which is Heinrich, because everyone told me to reroll for Heinrich, which I did. I didn't play the beta, I didn't know better, and then I rerolled for Heinrich, and I regret it because I haven't used him since the reroll. And then I have Messiah, because if you didn't notice, if you look at my banner, I have the whale banner, which you need to spend $100 to get that, and I spend it on Messiah. I spend it on pulls for Messiah. So the only pay-to-win aspect of my account is Messiah. And I guess the battle pass, resources wise, obviously. Otherwise, I didn't really spend that much money. So, do I regret going for Messiah? I don't think so. I think he's really good. I just don't have the best set for him. Right, Viper, Fangus, Doki Doki, and Valerian. Valerian can be replaced for Linglo, and Doki Doki can be replaced for where's the guy? Kachi. Kachi, the god. And Fangus can be replaced ideally for Obel. Obel makes the run more consistent. I think Obel makes it slower because his dot output is not that consistent. Fangus has very consistent dot output. If you consider that both of them have maxed out skills, I think Fangus is going to do more dot, but Obel is better for survivability, so I think just go for Obel if you want the runs to be consistent. Because early on I'm not kidding, I had less than 50% win rate before I invested into Fangus, and before I gave him the second Artisan. I used to have only 1 Artisan on the team, and now I have 2. And that made my runs a lot more consistent. Viper is mandatory, I think. I think you can go for Vice. I've seen some people do Vice instead of Viper. And then you can do Kachi the God, Vice, Fangus, and then Valerian or Linglo. There's a lot of variations. The point is you want to do DOT. I've seen people do it without DOT, but with heavily invested DPS characters. You do not need a heavily invested DPS character. You just need your Viper to be fast, so he debuffs NicoNana before she moves. And then you want Valerian. If your Fangus is getting constantly one-shot, you need Valerian. And Doki Doki is very flexible. I'm actually starting to think that she's not as good as I thought she was. Doki Doki is really not that good. Especially with Valerian. I hope I can show you why she's not that good with Valerian. Because the S3 is basically just does not work. Just does nothing. S3 does nothing. Look at this. Nothing. No one was boosted because Valerian, you cannot control her speed gauge. And I have to use Valerian because Fengus gets one shot, so it's not like an option. If I use Linglo and I had Obel, if I had Linglo and Obel, this team would be so much more consistent. This team would have 100% win rate if I had Linglo and Obel. Because Obel's not going to get one shot, he's blue. And then Doki Doki's S3 is going to affect everyone. So if you can replicate this team but with Obel and Linglo instead, I think that's ideal. I just did not invest my lettuces into Obel. Because I honestly did not know that Fengus is that squishy. To be honest, that's the only reason. It's not that hard of a fight, all things considered. You only need to invest into 4 units. Obviously the chill dungeons should be easier than the modules, but they're actually much harder. Because you only get to use 4 units. I think in terms of investment, they are better because you don't need to invest that much. And now NicoNana is dead. The average one takes about 3 minutes. This is a fast run, considering that the average is 3 minutes. The drops are not that great. I actually got a few great drops, so I'm gonna be farming NicoNana until I get a third. Until I actually get 4 artisans, because I will be using the 4 artisan strat for terror. I think that's the most plausible strat that I can do. I can do the Chloros with dieting strat, but the thing about dieting is my dieting is not invested into at all. At all. And I don't have the lettuces, right? I only have 1. So I don't want to invest into dieting yet. I might be forced to do that eventually. But for now, I don't want to just throw my resources, because I already did do that. I already threw my resources at Chiaki, because I think she's a really good healer for terror, if you have a cleanser, because she does not cleanse. And then I did it into Kazuyo. Big mistake. I do not use these 2. That's 10 lettuces that are gone. 8, sorry. I was just so desperate to do terror that I just threw all my lettuces at him, and that's pretty much the strat, honestly. I'm gonna go to 70 today. That's really good. I think the strat is just try to get good artisans with one of the, honestly, any of the 2 Inferno sets. It doesn't really matter. Just get a Swift Rush, get 4 Awakened Swift Rush, because it gives you more stats overall. It'll help you a lot on terror, and then after you get the 4 artisans, artisan, I don't know how you pronounce that. You ideally want a Fury Edge White Fang, because by the time you go and farm Inferno Terror, you want to do a Fury Edge set. And then with the Fury Edge set, you can actually do Sharon. Yeah. Like, you see what I'm saying. Why is his... I understand the 3 set, because Key and I Fury Edge is insane, but why does it have low rolls? Surely you can invest more into one of your best shells. But this is what I mean, like everyone here has Fury Edge. You cannot afford to do this without Fury Edge. Surf Rate is not bad actually. You get more attack, you get a lot more attack here. You just want an Inferno shell to do this. And then you can do Sharon to do the Hyperlink Chara mission, and then you can obviously farm Holian. You can farm Holian without a dot team. I can guarantee you that I'll see a non-dot team here. Usually I see at least one non-dot team in this list. 24 seconds. This is a recent clear. This is kind of insane that this is in 24 seconds. How the fuck did he do that? So Holian plays fast, almost 1 shots, Obel, 2 dots, 3 dots, and there's gonna be 4 dots. This is gonna be extend dot duration, more dots, then she's just gonna extend dot duration again. I guess she has, oh yeah, she has the fucking Codex of Magic. Obviously she does. These stats are not that good. shows how easy this is if you have the right units. But for us without Lily, I will make a video on each single shell dungeon that I can do. But for now I can only do Inferno NicoNana. It's very consistent. It used to be very non-consistent until I did build my second Artisan. That was the biggest factor for making my runs consistent, and also investing into Fangus. Fangus, the faster you kill NicoNana, the less attack stats she builds, and the faster your runs are, so just less chances to fail at it. And the runs don't really seem that close, as close as they were. Or dot, and then he... Oh, that's 3, so this is gonna hit. Actually, no, she targeted Doki Doki for some reason. Dot. This is gonna strip the buffs and then do the attack down, speed down, which are the two most vital debuffs for NicoNana. After the debuff of the damage reduction, it's gonna go from 90% to 60%. I think the faster runs are going to be just doing dieting. Dieting or I think in my case, Chloros. But I need to upgrade his S2. Versus S2. For the debuff, for the chain lock debuff. I want it to be 2 10s. 1 10 is just not enough. Can make it up to 3 10s, but also I'm pretty sure NicoNana is going to resist a lot of it. You can see in this run my Viper is actually getting quite low, not my Fangus. But it's fine, like Viper can get low, he's not going to die, I don't think. It's usually the Fangus that is in danger of being one shot. Like this is not gonna boost that much. Usually it boosts by quite a bit if you don't have the Valerian, but Valerian is vital. Valerian is too much of a good unit to just throw out because your Doki Doki skill doesn't work properly. Also, one thing about Doki Doki and Valerian is you will have 100% uptime on your Valerian S3, so it's not all bad. There is an advantage of running them together. But I just wish the S3 would work on Valerian. Not even because I want Valerian to play, I just want the other units on my team to get boosted. That's the main point. See what a normal run looks like here. I think Vice instead of Doki, and then Linglo instead of Valerian. And then Obel instead of Fangus. That would make a great team. Maybe even Kachi the guard instead of Viper. If you're using Viper or Kachi, you just want to make sure that they move before NicoNana so she doesn't need Q1. Not that it matters now. I think 10-1 doesn't really matter because Valerian S3 is just gonna help you survive more, and then Linglo S3 is gonna heal you for quite a bit. Especially if you have the S1 maxed out. You're gonna get 2 stacks of the healing over time buffs, which is really good. 4 stacks actually. 2 stacks of 2 10s. Oh, speed down, no attack down. That's unfortunate. How much damage does 1 stack of dot do? I am curious. 2 stacks. So I guess 1 stack is 20k. 20k is a lot of damage. I would say if you have Lily, the thing about Lily is she acts as a second DPS, and she buffs her entire team, and she buffs your DPS, and she reduces your DPS cooldowns. Lily is kind of retarded. Lily is a stupid unit. Then you look at Doki Doki and it's like, oh, you reset cooldowns. Nice. That's it, and she cleanses. Honestly, the cleanse is a big part, but the thing about her cleansing is she cleanses once the unit takes a 10. So if the unit is defense broken or stunned in Fangus's case, he's not gonna do a follow-up attack with other people that are attacking because he's stunned. But when his 10 comes, he's gonna be cleansed. But it's not like... It's a strong cleanse because it cleanses a shit ton of debuffs. It's just not a conventional cleanse. So there's good and bad in Doki. Still think Doki's a good unit. And my Ethernet cable disconnected. I think that's it for the video actually. 14 minutes is quite good length.